So me and Nemo on another whirlwind adventure. We are being hired to go find a deer in Waxhaw. I got a text message when I was hunting yesterday from a fellow drone pilot, and he asked me was I in the area of Waxhaw, and I wasn't. I was hunting in up north, but it's kind of my area, so I told him that I would come out and try to find the guy. He told me that gave me the guy's information, told me he was a super nice guy, and he is, I spoke with him yesterday. The guy's really cool to talk with, older gentleman who bow hunts, so anytime somebody is a bow hunter, I have a respect and an appreciation for him, because that's how I hunt. Got to talking with him. He said he let his nephew hunt yesterday with a crossbow, and that he got what he thought was a good shot on deer. He got good blood. They tracked it for a good ways, and the blood tapered off, and he lost the track of it. So there is a creek nearby, so we'll be searching around the creek. Yeah. It's going to be a midday. It was actually a cooler night last night, so hopefully the thermals will be good. This isn't too far from the house, so if something happens and we gotta go back and charge or something like that, we'll be able to do that. So it kind of works out. Again, one of those times where I wasn't in the area, but I needed to come back to the area. I needed to come back and get my tractor so I could do some work up on camera. So we're going to go and find this guy's deer, Lord willing, and this will be the next success story. I think this is this kid's first buck, so it's going to be really awesome if we can find the kid's deer. And the guy just seems, like I said, the guy seems like a really nice guy, and he said he hunts all over the country, so it would be somebody that would be nice just to be able to pick their brain and talk to. Check out my boy Nemo Vlogs YouTube, shameless plug. I will let you guys know as soon as we get here. So we just met up with a customer, super nice guy. It was his grandson. I've been saying nephew, but it was his grandson that shot deer last night. And so we're right now following them to the location of where they hunt at. A little bit off the beaten path, which is good. I was kind of worried because it was in a residential neighborhood. So we are following them and going to see if we can recover this deer. It's about 10:30, so it's decently bright outside and not really warm. It's honestly in like the 40s. I think the high today is like 45 or 46 degrees, so it's going to be a good day to be out and about searching. So I will keep you guys updated. We'll have Nemo. He's got the Canon camera, so he'll be running that, doing all my talking and vlogging. He's my camera guy here, so I'll be doing the flying. I'll let you guys know what we get. Alright, so we are literally driving through a cornfield right now with the trucks. My customer wants to get us as close to the spot, and I told him we didn't have to worry about it, but he's going to take us a little bit closer. So here we are. I'll let you know how this goes.
Okay, see that backside of that field?
Yep.
If you can get over to that,
Yep.
it could be anywhere along here. On that, the last blood was right about here.
And
Okay.
This open area right now.
That's correct.
Okay.
The last blood was right around in here, but we searched around there really good, so we got like a big, I don't know how you reach out from there.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is just start gridding this area off in this area right here. So the deer's going to have a distinctive look to it compared to all of this other stuff. It's going to have more of a black, like just a solid black tone to it.
Mm-hmm. What is that bright stuff we're looking at?
It's the warmth of the sun. Yeah, just the warmth of the sun on everything. So. Get here soon
Alright guys, coming in, switching batteries. We got a little reference point to where to go back to.
So I've got one, see right there, right here, this pretty much right in the crosshairs, you'll see it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'll go in, I'm pretty sure that's a go as well.
Okay.
Give me a sec, I'm gonna go in just to double check on it. That's pretty much what they look like on my radar. Just draining the eye. Yeah, that one's that's a doe. She's alive.
Isn't that amazing? Good gracious. Yeah, amazing.
Yep, got it down right there.
Amazing.
We'll go keep on searching.
Cell phone tower inspections.
Oh, inspections.
Yep.
Yep.
That's really what I want to start doing inspections on. So that's kind of my target. So that way I can put
Alright guys, we're back at the spot looking for the deer. It's going to be way better at nighttime because, as you can see,
Let me switch it over.
there is like the thermals outside. Like nothing's hot right now except for deer.
Or
just
anything,
animals.
anything alive. So it helps out a whole lot to have the sun down and just be zoning through it with no extra brightness, no extra sunlight. So we're going to do all that we can to locate this deer. We've got batteries charging right now, and I'm heading over to where we had last blood at. I'll mark this one. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get around to. It's a deer for sure. doe on her feet.
You can see that way.
There's here.
Oh, oh my, oh gosh. Unbelievable. Holy shit.
Yeah. Doe on her feet. Well, that's what this other one was. Alright, so even though I did not find the deer in that video, I actually searched and searched and searched. I think we had a collective from the day earlier that day to the search at night. I think I had collected about 4 hours of searching, just scanning that entire area. Did everything that I could to try to find the deer. Me and the guys there, we stayed out there in the cold, and it was cold that night. We stayed out there, Mr. David and Little David and Nemo, all of us out there, just giving it all we got to try to find the deer. And we actually did not end up discovering the deer. Not sure if it was just in a bad spot or what ended up happening to it. I was going over a lot of different things in my head while I was going on my last battery pack, just trying to figure out what could that have been. So I pinpointed a lot of spots that I wanted Mr. David to check out. He said he was going to come back in and check out a few spots and maybe do some grid searching. His dilemma was that Little David lived in Austin, Texas, and he had to get him back, and he postponed his flight to so I could go and do the video, or actually do the detection. So he postponed his flight, and we were all just praying that was going to find the deer that night, and didn't find it. But in all of that, I know God had a plan in it, and we were trying to do all that we could to find it, and it didn't happen. So as I was packing up, this was an awesome thing for me to witness, that Little David, the young kid who had just shot the deer, he come up to me without being prompted by anybody, said, Matt, I want to thank you for helping me out searching for the deer. I really appreciate all that you've done, and just gave me really good props, and just, I mean, something that kind of blew me away for a young man to come up to me and say he just had a deer that he lost, and you would figure he'd be down in the dumps or maybe a little mad, tired from searching all day long. But he come up to me and told me that he was really thankful for me coming out there and spending my time trying to find it, and it speaks volumes to little David and his family. So big props to his parents. You guys are definitely raising a good kid, and a godly kid. So I know that the family's a godly family, so I thank God for just all that experience had. But after he walked away from me, I'm packing up, and he gets in the truck, and his head's hanging low, and it's something I hate to see. With the grown-up, it would be something I hate to see, but especially with a kid. So I had already planned it in my mind that I was going to come back the next day. It was late that night, and Nemo was in the truck almost ready to go to sleep. Mr. David was tired. I was tired. So we packed up. I had to get Nemo back home, which was a 2-hour drive, so he could celebrate his birthday, which was coming up. So it was a lot of driving to do. So I drove back to North Wilkesboro and took Nemo back home, spent the night in North Wilkesboro, and then got up the next morning, drove back to Concord, and which was about an hour and 45-minute drive. So drove back there, did what I needed to. I had to do some work. Had a few customers I had to take care of, so took care of my customers. After I took care of my customers, I was trying my best to get back down to the hunting spot with daylight, because where Mr. David was taking little David back to Austin, Texas, he was traveling all day that day, and I didn't have anybody that was going to go with me down to the hunting area. So I was going to be on the hunting property pretty much by myself, and I didn't want to be walking around there at night, just because I didn't know the area that well, and I didn't want someone to see a flashlight in the woods and think, hey, who is that? Because I know the family's traveling right now. So I opted to try to get there during the day. It didn't work out. As I was pulling up onto the property, it was pretty much last light. So me and a buddy went down there, and I took my dog that I use every once in a while to go in the woods to track a deer. So I flew through another 2 or 3 batteries on the drone, made a few more pinpoints, and just saved the pinpoints, thinking the next day, which was going to be Monday, I would just take those pinpoints and go down there and give them to Mr. David, and let him walk those areas during the day, while I stood back and kind of quarterbacked it from where the drone was. So get up the next morning, I get a phone call that I have a customer's car back up in North Wilkesboro that I need to take care of. Customer was waiting for me, so I had to drop what my plans were, which was to go and fly with Mr. David so I could help him try to look for the deer. Had to drop those plans, head up to North Wilkesboro. So in the process of that, I sent him the pins that I had marked. What they were just potential deer sightings. Like seen some things that I couldn't get close to. Maybe it was close to a rock, maybe it was in the river, and I just couldn't get close enough. Not the river, the creek. Just couldn't get close enough to it, so I wanted him to check those out. Just a few little pins that I wanted him to check out. So he wasn't able to get the pins to load up on his phone, but I sent him screenshots of it, and so he had already had it in his mind that he was going to search it anyway. And this is an amazing thing, just the determination of him going back out there, which is it's another one of those things that it's awesome to watch God work in a situation. So he goes back out there and starts gridding off the area, and goes to where Last Blood was and starts walking around looking for it. Ends up finding the deer, which was amazing. Ends up finding the deer, It was about 30 yards from where Last Blood was, and I went back and looked at the video footage, and I'm going to get with him next week. I'm going to go meet up with him next week to see exactly where he discovered it at, so I can look at my video to see where my flaw was. I'm not saying that I have it all under control, but I want to see where my flaw was, if I just overlooked it or if it was under something. So I just want to go back and see if it was there. But all's well that ends well. It was a truly amazing experience meeting that family. The family is just a phenomenal family, brothers and sisters in Christ. So it was an amazing experience getting to meet them and just talk with them. And then the whole experience, Mr. David's daughter contacted me on Facebook, and then she said something that was on my mind, but I just really didn't want to, I guess, speak it, and that it could be a humbling experience for him to not find the deer, so that way he can know how to deal with that loss, like how to come on the other side of it. And I think just by me judging it, that the kid did very well, because the kid kept his head up, and he come back to me and thanked me for everything. So I think he did an amazing job. Who knows exactly what God had planned for that, if it was for me to go away and still say, you know what, even though I didn't find it, it's okay, or for little David, or for Mr. David. Could have been for Mr. David to go back that next day and find the deer by himself, and that was for him. Who knows what God's plan was for it, but he brought some of his children together, and that's something that I think is amazing. So all's well that ends well. The deer was discovered. No coyotes got to it. Nothing happened to it. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm not going to call it a successful drone deer recovery, but I will say it was a successful deer find. So the deer was found, and that's the end goal. Like, who cares how it's found? The meat didn't go bad. The deer was found. So doesn't matter how it was found. I'm not that prideful that I'll say I have to be the one who finds it. So it was a happy ending, good ending to the story, and an experience that it will definitely be in my books, a remembrance in my books. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to start putting some different content on here. Deer season's starting to come to a close, so I'm gonna start trying to put some different content on here. Other things that I can just do with the drone. So please keep an eye out for it. Pray for me and my business. That would be awesome, amazing. Pray for me and my business, that I can continue to go out here and have these experiences and meet new people, and just give thanks and glory to Jesus Christ and God above. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.